What's good, y'all? Red Alert is here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my beats using loops. And then somewhere down the line, I'll probably show you guys how I make my beats when I make melodies from scratch. But yeah, let's get right into it. First thing that I like to do is I just like to go over here to Sound Library and just filter in the major scale, just because I'm working in E flat major. So if I were to pick in minor, it wouldn't be the relative minor, which is C minor. It would be an E flat minor, which is something completely different. So yeah, I just filter major and I just look through, see what sounds good, see what I like, and usually I'm just listening to like several different melodies and loops. Usually I'll go for the ones that I favorited first, just because there are days where I'm just listening to loops, just picking what I like, picking what I don't like. So yeah, so I just picked Summersend acoustic guitar and just pulled it out, put it on its own thing, added in reverb, and I bumped the EQ volume a little bit, brought out a little bit of the lower frequency, the higher frequency, and the middle frequency by a little bit, and I bumped up the mid here a little bit, threw in some ambience, and turned the reverb knob up just a bit. Once I had that, then I went back into my library and I tried to pick out a good lead, something that wasn't super over the top or super complex, because the main melody was already like super rhythm based. So I'll just look for something that doesn't have that many beats to it or that many counts. Just something I could put in like the first half of the phrase, or loop it for the whole thing. So I picked out a Chill Melody guitar, Chill Melody lead guitar. And then the first thing that I did was I just lowered it down the octave and then put that one in its own channel. So this one right here is just the original. And then for both, I just put on reverb, some chorus. I brought up the medium frequency just a bit. I also brought the volume up on the EQ. And then for the higher audio, I panned it to the left, and then for the lower one, I panned it to the right. So I had my my melody and my top line. So then the second part was to work on the perk. So I just started out with a simple hi-hat and clap pattern. The hi-hat is just a 16th note, just going all the way through. Then claps on 2 and 4. Nothing super complex, just super simple. And I didn't add in any snares. I didn't feel like that the beat really needed it. So my 808s are just one note. I just have it on the E flat. And then I have a kick pattern down here that's following the rhythm of the 808. I just bumped the velocity all the way up, brought the volume up on the kick, and cut out some of the higher frequency and brought up the volume on the EQ a little bit. And underneath I put in like an open hi-hat, just to kind of signal a complete vibe change. I usually don't like putting an 808, a kick, and a clap on the same count, but I wanted a slower 808 rhythm for this part, just for some variety. So I just made an exception, and it sounded fine anyways. And then for a little bit more effect and impact, I threw in a transition, it's a reverse hi-hat. It's basically this hi-hat sound, but I bounced it as a MP3 and then put it back in, reversed it, and then saved it as its own thing. Just for a little bit more impact. And then down here to prove that I made this beat, that this is my stuff, it's just my tag.
No, shut up.
There's a little bit of reverb on it. So then when it came time to making the beat for a vocalist, you see here it says On the Loose, produced by Silflo by Fife, which you can find on SoundCloud or Spotify, wherever you stream your music. The first thing that I did was I just went to my downloads and pulled out the original beat. So then I started to listen to it a little bit. I muted it, and then I was just listening in and watching to see where the vocals lined up, just to make sure that I didn't put it on the wrong thing. So I'll just like pick a random spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Trying to keep life simple, really simple. I'm on the millions in my pocket, I don't want a million. People say that I am out of pocket, but don't get no reason. Try to say that I'm demanding, but I got a reason. I ain't saying that I'm listening in and I'm watching up here just to see if the vocals line up, and then I unmute that, or I unsolo that. Then I go back here. I turn on my my hi-hat and my clap just to see if I placed it correctly and everything's lined up. Trying to keep life simple, really simple. I'm on the millions in my pocket, I don't want a million. People say that I am out of pocket, but don't get no reason. Try to say that I'm demanding, but I got a reason. I ain't saying that I'm right, but I'm trying to beat them. Okay, so it lines up. Everything's all good. So then we don't need that anymore. You can get rid of it. So then when it comes down to the mixing process, it's a lot of just making sure that the vocals stand out more than the music, but it's not completely overpowering. Like, you still want to hear the guitars and not just the 808s and the drums. And then one last thing that I forgot to mention was right here, this guitar. It's the same as this one down here. The only difference is, if I go over here, I muffled it. And the reason that I muffled it is because, one, for effect, and for two, because this spot right here is where Fife just completely soars with the vocals. So I wanted something underneath it, because pure silence on the melody was just awkward. And this right here would have been super loud, and it would have been a hassle to just go in, hit A, and then just change the volume here. Like, bring it down, bring it up. So that would have been a lot. So instead I just made its own channel, placed one up here, muffled it, and now it sounds like this. Back when my back's against the wall, my back's against the wall. When my back's against the wall. It's basically acting just as a filler, just to fill up that empty space that's right here, and just to it just fits underneath the vocals. So yeah, that's how I made the beat. If you guys liked it, leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe I'll make another breakdown of how I make my own melodies and beats from scratch. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Try to say that I'm demanding, but I gotta